All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about something really strange and fascinating with AI. Its tendency to just make stuff up. It's a problem that's, super frustrating, but also, in a weird way, kind of human.
I'm willing to bet the answer is a big yes for a lot of you. You know the drill, right? You ask an LLM, a large language model, a question, and you get back this incredible answer. It's so well written, so confident, it's got dates, names, all the details. But then you go to check your facts and nope, it's complete fiction. It's a really weird but super common experience, and it actually has a name.
So look, this isn't just about AI getting things wrong. I mean, all tech has bugs. It's about how it gets them wrong. The real problem here isn't just the mistake itself. It's the AI's absolute, unshakable confidence while it's being completely, totally wrong.
Okay, so here's the thing you have to remember. These models, their whole job is to generate text that sounds plausible. They've learned from like a giant ocean of internet data, and their main goal is just to predict the next best word in a sentence. It makes them amazing at sounding human, at mimicking our writing styles, but, and this is a huge but, it doesn't mean they actually understand what's true and what's not. And the result? You get these answers that look right, feel right, but are just wrong. This thing happens so often, it's got a special name.
Yeah, this kind of AI behavior is so well known now, it's got an official name. And honestly, it's the perfect word for it.
And there it is, a hallucination. I mean, it's a perfect word, isn't it? The AI isn't lying. It doesn't have any intent to deceive you. It's just generating a reality that isn't real, all based on statistical patterns it found in its data. And the crazy part is, it serves it up to you with total 100% confidence.
And just to be clear, this isn't some rare one-off bug. Getting these confident but wrong answers is a really common problem with LLMs. It's a huge fundamental challenge that developers are wrestling with literally every single day as they try to make these tools better.
So, okay, who cares, right? A wrong answer here and there might not seem like a big deal, but when you add it all up, the effect is huge. There's a real cost when we can't trust our technology, and it's a lot bigger than just being a little annoyed.
It really boils down to two big things. On the one hand, you've got just plain old user frustration. It's annoying, it wastes your time. But on the other hand, and this is just as important, you have mistrust. And that's a much deeper, more damaging problem.
Think about it. Every single time an AI just makes up a legal case or a historical event or some scientific fact, it erodes our trust. It chips away at our willingness to actually rely on this stuff. And if you can't trust the answers you're getting, the tool itself starts to feel useless, no matter how powerful it's supposed to be.
But here's the good news. This isn't some impossible problem to solve. Not at all. In fact, developers are already building the tools to fight back against this. The goal is shifting. It's not just about making AI more powerful, it's about making it more reliable. And to do that, you need a solid system for quality control.
And the key to all of this is a concept called observability. The easiest way to think about it is like creating a performance dashboard for the AI. It's a way to monitor, to measure, and to really understand what it's doing, both the good and the bad.
So how does this actually work? Well, you can break it down into three basic steps. First, you've got to track the quality of the AI's answers over time. Check them against what's actually true. Are they getting better on a certain topic or worse? Second, you start to identify patterns. You look for when and why the AI messes up. Like, does it hallucinate more when it talks about recent news? Or maybe when you ask it really complex multi-part questions. And then third, you take all that data and you make specific, targeted improvements. That could mean getting better at prompt engineering, which is basically just the art of writing better instructions for the AI. Or it could mean you realize, hey, maybe we should switch to a different AI model that's just better at this particular job.
And this really shows you the stark difference. Without observability, you're just stuck. You're in this endless loop of frustration and mistrust with no real way to make things better. But with observability, you replace all that chaos with a structured, proactive system. You stop guessing and start making decisions based on actual data. You're tracking quality, you're finding patterns, and you're making targeted improvements. It's really the difference between flying blind and having a full cockpit of instruments to guide you.
So this brings us to the bigger picture here. We're not just talking about fixing a bug. This is about fundamentally changing how we build and manage AI systems, for the long haul.
When you boil it all down, the main takeaway is this. For AI to ever reach its full potential, we have to be able to trust it. And observability is one of the most important tools we have for building that trust. It's what lets us go from just making powerful AI to making AI that's also responsible and reliable.
And that leaves us with one last kind of fascinating question to chew on. Monitoring for hallucinations, that's all about catching when the AI is wrong. But is that the same thing as teaching it to be honest? As we get better and better at spotting the AI's flaws, we're getting closer to a much, much deeper challenge. How do you actually instill a real concept of truth into a machine that, at its core, only understands patterns? That question, well, that's probably going to define the entire future of AI. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.